Alright, good morning. So we're going to take the Model A out today. We're going to drive around. Of course, coffee, local mall. There's sort of a way to start these things. It's not like a normal car. We just get in and turn the switch on and goes. It's not quite that easy. There's a master switch under the hood, which you have to turn on. And after you turn that on, then you kind of come in here and turn the fuel on. This is not a dashboard, it's a gas tank. The gas cap's right outside the windshield there. Anyway, so after you turn the switch on outside, you come in here, turn the ignition switch on, push the clutch in, put the transmission in neutral. There's a knob here. You pull on this knob, and just that simple, just that quick. There's a throttle lever here, and there's a retard lever over here. This controls the timing on the engine. You always want to have it up when you start the engine, then you bring it down about halfway when you're driving. You can use the throttle as sort of a improvised cruise control. And you got your work. So that's basic Model A.
Cupid starred, where a famous boulevard meets a fine street known in Hollywood as Vine Street. Oh, some peculiar act of fate gave the cue for me to wait on the corner set for love. But here's my story, walking my direction near the busy intersection where my taxi stood on Hollywood at Vine. Someone waved a glove at me, and I was so surprised to see an extra girl of mine. In our conversation, she said she'd been on location making pictures where the mountains meet the sky. But she'd been other places, 'cause I saw her at the races down in Caliente with another guy. I was at a loss for words to scold her for her world, 'cause I saw all those races too, but with another girl. When I recommended going out, she condescended, and I knew that she was booked ahead as mine. The extra girl who did her bit to make my lonely heart submit to love for her on Hollywood at Vine. They get kind of squirrely at higher speeds, so you generally don't want to. And around town, 45 miles an hour is pretty sufficient for most driving. They don't have turn signals, courtesy lights, directional indicators, whatever you want to call it. They didn't come with it. I'll put one on this car mostly because of where I live. They can't necessarily anticipate what you're going to do. You can use hand signals out the window, but most people don't even know what that is these days. And you have to be careful when you come up on big intersections because there's always someone trying to
sneak around and get in front of there. They want to look at the car because they don't see these kind of cars very often. They get in your blind spot to take a picture. It's happening quite often. So here's the mirrors. The mirrors don't lie. Just keep your head on a swivel, always looking around. You can't really daydream when you drive cars like this, unless it's really open road, there's no one around, then you can kind of, lean on the wheel and just gaze out the window. You gotta keep focused. That's the key word, focus. So this timing lever that's on the left is important because when you come to a stop, you have to retard the ignition. And that gives you power to start off. And as the engine speeds up, you pull the lever down to minutes the timing. So that allows you to basically drive at higher speeds because the timing is down fast. So the piston, the spark fires before the piston gets to the top dead center. And when you're stopped at a light, you want to start off, you always want to have the timing at full retard because that's where the spark ignites in the cylinder just as the piston has that top dead center. And this is normally where I go for coffee and breakfast on a Saturday morning. I usually get here before the rest of the people do because I want to eat breakfast and kind of be alone for a couple of minutes. So anyway, this is it. And to turn the car off, just basically turn the ignition off. And then underneath the fuel tank, turn the fuel valve off, and then that's pretty much it. And put it in gear, put the parking brake on because you don't want it rolling away.